It's an interactive, and there is a worksheet for it, okay? You're gonna play the game 2 times. The first time, I want you to just kind of go for the experience and see what happens. And then you're gonna write down the things that you did, okay? It's important because you're not gonna have any reference if you don't write them down as you're making these decisions. So you're gonna write them down as you do them. And then in round 2, I want you to think about some of the choices you made in round 1 and maybe how you might do it differently if you have a negative result, which you very possibly could. Okay, what schools? Why did you choose the school that you chose? It's going to let you choose private schools or public schools or different types of schools. You're going to have different things that you're going to get to choose. Okay, and what's really important is your starting salary. Okay, writing that down. There is a toggle. I can't, obviously, without going through like the 15-minute simulation, I can't get to the end screen. But there is a toggle back and forth between yearly and monthly. Kids don't always see that because it's not very apparent when you're doing it. So be aware of when you get to the end of it that you can toggle back and forth between monthly and yearly. At least that's when we did it in the fall, that's what happened. Okay, so your starting salary and all of that, this is what I want you to write down. I do want you to focus on making decisions that are balanced. I will tell you that that is the key probably in life too, and I think it's pretty realistic. They're going to ask you, you know, what you want to do, how much you want to work while you're in college, how you want to live, what meal plan you want, all different things. And it's going to simulate 4 years of college for you. And it's going to simulate your mental health and your wealth. Okay, so there's 2 components. So be aware that your mental health is important too. And so you have to balance both of those things in this game. And then at the end of the game, it's going to tell you if your starting salary is high enough considering how much debt you've incurred in college. And that's why it's important that, you know, you track it and write it down. And then the second time you play it, I want you to think about anything that you might do differently. And then there's some reflection questions on how you would have what you might have done differently, what you did the same, and how this made you think. And I think it's a great activity. It's actually one of my favorite things that I have you guys do. I played it at a conference 2 years ago, and I was like, wow, this is really impressive. It's actually quite realistic. The cost of things is actually quite realistic. And it is possible, I will tell you, it is possible to drop out of college and lose the game without finishing your 4 years. So if that happens to you, write it down, how far you got and how much debt you had, because you're not going to have a starting salary. I think it's just going to tell you to go back and play it again. So that could happen to you too. So just some things to think about. So that's next class's assignment. I just wanted to give you a heads up on how that works and what that looks like while I'm able to talk to you about it, because I don't think we need to get together to come together for you to do this, because it's all by yourself. And the other thing that's really important is when you go to schedule your classes in Payback, they make you schedule your classes, which is probably the most stressful part of college. There's only so many sections of the class, and nobody wants the 8 a.m. Monday morning, chemistry lab section. But that might be the only thing that's left, because you get to schedule based on how many credits you have. So seniors get first choice, and then all the way down to the freshmen. When you get to that part of it, you have to furiously tap your screen, like with both fingers as fast as you can. If you get them all scheduled, it hurts you really badly in the game. And I don't think it's explained well in the game. Like if you have a keyboard, you just hit that mouse pad over and over and over and over and over. And then if you're playing on your iPad, use both fingers to like just tap and tap and tap it frantically. It doesn't explain that to you, and then you sit there for like 10 seconds trying to figure it out, and then you don't get your classes scheduled. So I'm telling you how to do that part, because and it's stressful. Like watching the numbers add up I will tell you, that part is really stressful. And it's kind of interesting. So in the classroom, I can walk over to their desk and show them how to do it, but I can't do that here. So. Okay, is everybody okay with the explanation of what we're doing today? And then of what we're gonna do next class?
Yeah, pretty good.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to let you go, finish this assignment. When you're done with it, all you have to do is close out Google Docs, go back into Schoology and hit submit, and it'll automatically link that document. You don't have to do anything. Okay? All right. So have a nice day, and I'll see you next week. Okay?
You too.
Thanks, you too.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Bye.